Hey, what's going on, everyone? Joe here, and today we are going to be playing Demon Hunt, which is a survival-style action roguelike currently in early access. We're continuing our trend of checking out games made by solo devs, as this game was entirely developed by one person. If I come over here, we can see our mechs that we can pick. We start with the Strider, but we can unlock the Brute and the Spectre, and then this is going to be our upgrade trees. But what this game is getting a lot of esteem for is its upgrade system. So if I walk over to this bench, we can get loot from our runs, bring it back here, but then we can recycle, craft new things, upgrade what we've got to kind of set ourselves up for success on our next run. So it has a little bit of like Nimrod DNA to it. If I come here, we can start our first official run. I have not played this game yet, so this will be my first time. And if we launch, we can pick which boss we want to go against. We've got the frog dude, the knockoff Groot, the walking donut, and the terrifying pine cone. Let's go ahead and just roll with the frog first. They have different threat levels. You got to start from 0, but the further you go, the better rewards you can get, even unlocking new characters. And so we'll start with threat level 0 against this frog and see exactly how far we can get. All right, so this is us. Apparently this game is going to be pretty bullet helly, where some of these games you don't really have to worry too much about like projectiles on screen. You're just annihilating everything. There's going to be a lot of movement and mobility here. I already really like the music. Doesn't look like there's much else I can do. If I hit space, it looks like I go a little bit faster. So I can upgrade my gun to be a little bit faster, do a little bit more damage. Oh, interesting. So you're picking one specific upgrade for this gun. I can pick attack speed, damage, or pierce count. I can get a new weapon called the Swarm. Releases a swarm of caustic projectiles that spread out and damage enemies, or increase my health. That's cool. Okay. And I have a certain amount of skill points. So if I want to essentially go here, I can upgrade my pierce count, and then I can also upgrade my damage. And it closes a path. Wow, got it. Okay, resume. But yeah, if I hit space, it looks like I get a little speed boost, and there's a meter down there that tracks it. Yeah, so far the music is sick. Well, let's try our best to get as much experience as we can. Gonna have a little bit of DNA from like Deep Rock Galactic, but it does look like we can see an area on the map I can explore. Gain health regeneration while under a tree. Increases range by 20%. Increases attack speed after a critical hit. Let's go ahead and go for range. Oh, but I get multiple. That's actually really cool. All right, we'll do regeneration. And then that's all the skill points we have, so we go ahead and resume. And I guess I can save those if I want, and I don't want to spend them. But I do see items on the minimap, so if I go forward, you can see what we got here. More attack speed. So yeah, a little bit of like death must die DNA too. Definitely has that typical survivor style gameplay. It's interesting, I can never upgrade the attack speed now on my blaster. I didn't realize it would close me out there. Decreases damage from enemy projectiles by 20%. Increases armor by 10%. Let's go for more damage. Oh, I don't even have enough skill points. Gotcha. So there is a point where you want to save. Well, then let's go ahead and do that. Let's save. And I can see my skill points down there at the bottom. So I guarantee you there's going to be ways to get more skill points just by playing the game. We got some items, some conduits, and a battery. The piercing's going to help because there's so many enemies right now. I'm not super fast. Oh, you can make the map bigger too. All right, so I got 3 skill points. Increased critical hit chance by 4%. I'll definitely go for that. I'm not going to worry about attack speed because I already closed that bridge for myself. Instead, I think I'm going to go ahead and save the points that I have. That's a really unique mechanic, man. All right, pickup radius is larger. Let's go here, get some experience. Try not to get killed by these green oogie boogies. I wonder if this map is infinite, so you just keep wandering around as it spawns stuff in. I'm going to assume that's healing. Lobs explosive ember grenades that detonate on impact, damaging enemies in a radius. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do that. And then I can immediately upgrade if I want. Grenades scale, attack speed, or damage. The scale is going to make them larger. Let's go for damage first off, and then leave it at that. Resume. So now I should start throwing grenades. Yeah, that does heal. Got a lot more enemies on screen, but it's still the first difficulty, so I don't think it's going to be that bad. Extra damage boost. Let's kill that moonwalking Minotaur. Oh, he shoots bullets too. All right, how about we upgrade... Ember weapon hits have a 1% chance to cause a combustion. So this would be Ember, I would assume. We'll get that. We'll go ahead and increase whichever one I pick, the other one's going to get locked out of. So I'm going to do scale, and we'll save our points. There's an icon on the map. I guess that's where the Minotaur died, right? So it has loot. Yeah, we'll head that way. I'm not feeling super confident because I'm so slow. And there's so many enemies on screen. Okay, so I can upgrade something. Increase range by 25%. Gain more health while under a tree. Critical chance from 4 to 6% probably is the best thing I can do. So we'll go ahead and upgrade that. That's probably the smartest choice. The bombs are nice. They're doing a lot of damage. Increased damage based on missing health. Increased damage dealt by flat 4%. First off, let's go ahead and increase the piercing on my gun. Let's do it one more time. And let's increase our damage. All right, so there is a lot of freedom in this upgrade system. I actually really like it. Because instead of just like, oh yeah, I'm picking one flat stat or something, there's a thought process in between like saving skill points and then leveling up one thing multiple times. I guess ultimately what it feels like is more control than I'm used to. Increase projectile weapon damage by 8%. I feel like that's a no-brainer. I can upgrade one of my guns, but let's go for the ballistic charger. 100%. More damage. I'm going up top. There's so much experience up there. I don't know how many waves there are. Yeah, there's a lot of experience. I like that you can see the experience on the map as well. That helps. So I kind of want to know where I want to backtrack. Weapon with the lowest DPS deals plus 8% increased damage. That's an interesting item. First off, I want to go ahead and increase the damage on my grenade launcher, and I guess I'll get this. I'm always going to get value off of that, especially if my weapons are pretty close in DPS and they bounce around. I need to go up top. Yeah, I took a little bit of damage. If I find a tree, I'm going to heal. So I need to stand under this tree, right? Yeah. I mean, it works. Ember damage goes up by another 4%. I feel like I want more grenade launcher damage. Let's just keep shooting this up. And then as we slowly increase its scale, I think we'll have some options. Oh my god. I guess this game is called Demon Hunt. That's a literal demon. Okay. I need to stay back so I can actually dodge his attacks. He's got a lot of health too. Shit. Yeah, this isn't looking good for me. Let's stay here. He's going to teleport on my left. Nice. I am not focusing him because there's attacking too many enemies next to me. There we go. This will work. Stand here. Keep shooting and focus him down. Okay. Dude literally teleported right next to me. We're stuck in here. Dude, what is happening? Can you not shoot through this? No way. No freaking way, dude. All right, well, we win. Easy. Oh, we can upgrade our weapon. Let's go for the grenade launcher then. Oh, this increases the attack speed, even though it's locked off. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, I guess. Hunter lens, even more crit chance. I feel like the regeneration under a tree might actually be worth upgrading. So I'm going to do that because that's what's saving our ass right now. And he pulls in all the experience, so that's huge. But we're going to hang out here for a little bit. I see pigs. Pumbaa is closing in. All right, let's move. We got a little bit of healing. If I find one of those altars, I wonder if I can go under both of these. Yes, I can. That's amazing. All right. We have 8 skill points. Damages demons that touch you. I feel like I'm actually going to get that. I don't have a lot of mobility. I'm going to get touched. Let's increase Pierce. Ricochet. So when you max it out, you get an effect. Projectiles ricochet to the nearest enemy. I'm definitely going to go into that. And then I guess Ember damage. Why not? Spend everything. Okay, that's crazy. We're doing so much more damage now. I feel like I actually can stand under here safely now. Never mind. There's too many enemies. Let's move. There's something on the top left. It could be some healing. But I mean, like, strategically running away and standing under the trees might not be a bad idea. I'm going to go for experience gain. That's something I always rush in these kinds of games. And then let's start maxing out my damage. Launch additional grenades near target. So I need 4 more skill points for that. I wonder how many weapons you can get. Okay, let's move. There's a lot of items up top. It's all just going to be buffs, but that's fine. All right. I don't have enough for that. Increases attack speed and move speed, just flat. I'll get that, and then I'm going to save mine. Do I need to touch this? It said chest. No. Okay. Let's cut through. Oh, I see. The items are at the bottom. I collect them automatically. And sometimes the enemies drop items, and it looks like it's a white little icon. Increases max health by 8%. A minigun. Rapid fire ember infused rounds at close range. I can get both of these. All right, I'm going to get the health, and I'm going to get the minigun. I know I want the cluster grenades, but that's just too good. Another gun? Yeah, damn, that's doing so much damage. I feel like I want to get the experience, but I know we're going to end up getting a magnet eventually. So I'm not going to worry about it. Let's keep exploring. Try to get some healing while we've got the enemies under control. I'm not going to spend anything. I thought about the attack speed. No, I'm going to do the attack speed. It's so hard for me not to let myself level up. What is that item? Oh, it was like a rare item. One thing I have noticed, there's not a delay in taking damage. If you get surrounded, you're going to die. Like, you're just going to keep getting hit as fast as possible. So we can do an upgrade. Health. Attack speed from 4 to 8% is probably the most substantial. This is attack speed and movement speed. Let's do that. I think moving faster is going to help. I can get the cluster now. Kunai. Unleashes a spread of caustic projectiles targeting nearby foes. Deal more damage at the end of a wave. Let's go for cluster. Let's lock it in. So now I shoot a bunch of grenades. We got new enemies. Okay, we got stuff that shoot bullets now. Oh, shit. Wait, can I stand under these? No, that's stupid. All right, that's the edge of the map. Increase leech chance and leech power by 1% when below 25% health. So I would get some health steal, but it increases the chance. I feel like that would combo better if I already had some innate leech. Projectiles deal more damage to closer enemies. I feel like that would actually be really good because I'm having some trouble getting away from these guys. Let's do that. I guess we'll get this leech. Maybe that'll actually come in clutch later. I'm just trying to heal up a little bit. I do think it's cool how you're like incentivized to try to stand next to these trees. It puts a little bit of thought in your movement. Generates an ion field that damages enemies in a radius around you. That's going to combo great with what I already grabbed. So this is another weapon, right? Yeah, okay. Because I have an increased damage when people are next to me. That will also... Come on. No, I can't get both. That sucks. Okay, whatever's throwing projectiles at me is a big problem. It's not giving me a lot of freedom. But I can go here. Let's heal. Just dodge. Let's move down. Grenade scales. We can make them bigger. Let's do that. Since we already maxed out the amount of grenades, if we can make them even bigger, I think that's going to help a lot. That's an item. Let's grab that. Let's start going south. Is that health? Yeah, it is. So there are health drops you can get too. Good to know. Increases damage based on missing health. No. Grenade scale, baby. Wait, is it done? Can I only get one max upgrade per weapon? I guess so. I didn't realize that. Okay, what is going on here? Whoa! There's a boss. I did not even realize. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a bullet hell. All right, just keep focusing. You're not too bad. Honestly, you seem way easier than the other boss. Or maybe I'm just getting stronger. The bullet hell stuff, I've always been really good at, though. Like, almost the Toho-style gameplay. Grenade scale goes up. Attack speed goes up. Cluster count goes up. Cluster damage goes up. Let's commit. Let's commit to the grenade launcher. I'm not going to do the healing. I was tempted. Let's go ahead and increase, I think, our crit chance. Let's grab our loot. That's another, yeah, the magnet. So we're going to level up a few times off of this. You know, it's going to be really stupid of me, but I just realized. So the experience are the skill points. But when the wave ends, that's when you're getting upgrades. Yeah, all right. So now I understand the flow to this game. Decreases damage from enemy projectiles by 20%. That's the minigun. Projectiles have an 8% higher chance to deal critical hit, but they deal no knockback. You know what? Let's re-roll this. Increase attack speed after a critical hit. I feel like I actually want to level up this field. I think that's going to be a good idea. Let's level up the radius. And if you spec into one thing, it doesn't force you out of the other one yet. More damage to enemies closer to the center. I wanted to see what the max was for that. I want this to be as big as possible. I was hoping the full upgrade on that would be a little bit nastier, though, but now if we upgrade damage, we're going to do some really crazy stuff. But you could also upgrade not only damage, but damage ticks. So you could add a small radius, but some really crazy damage opportunities. All right, let's max this out. So now if they're in the middle, towards me, they take even more damage, which combos wonderfully with that other item I got. I do not know how many waves there are. Okay, that poison hurts me bad. Let's stand here for a little bit. We got nothing that's shooting at me, so I feel like I could actually stand under here and just heal. Let's increase the attack rate. So the damage procs faster. Yeah, we're chilling. Dude, this is nuts. Oh, wait, no, we gotta move. There's a lot going on. There is too much going on. Increases ion damage? Okay, yeah. Why would I not want that? Attack rate, make that a little bit faster. Let's get this item over here. This also helps super with the slimes, man, because they fall into little tinier enemies whenever they die, so this just immediately cleans them up. Like, they can't even make a dent. I mean, it's not the most impressive thing. It's essentially like, you know, garlic from Vampire Survivors, but increases area damage by 10% of evasion. Interesting. So if I were to go into evasion, I'll grab that for now. I guess you're a boss? I might want to move. Yeah. All right, he's dead. Let's try to get his loot. There we go. I might want something that's going to give me a little bit more survivability. Range, DPS, on runt. I'm going to go for current booster. That's the attack speed and the movement speed. It's just such a good flat bonus. And I'm going to get some distance here. Projectile damage by 10% of armor. I don't have any armor. We'll do the attack rate, max that out. And let's move. Let's heal up a little bit. It's harder to heal once the projectiles start coming out. But just be smart with it. Dual Saber. Twin ion blades spin around you, slicing enemies in long range. Wait, what? That sounds so cool. I'm getting that. Oh, man, that's awesome. All right, but they're both ion. And so this just makes my radius... Oh, that's bad. These guys are durable. My radius is that much more dangerous. All right, I want this experience. There's so much. Deal more damage at the end of a wave. I keep getting this. You know what? I'll get it. It's probably going to come in clutch. Rotate speed. Make the radius bigger. Let's do rotate speed, because that seems to be one of its weak points. It does not spin that fast. Holy crap. There's so many enemies now. I really don't feel that overpowered, and it's surprising considering this is threat level 0. And it's probably just because I haven't upgraded anything yet. Protects you from taking damage and depletes after. For 20 seconds. Got it. So it's a free hit every 20 seconds. You know what? I'm actually going to go back, and I'm going to increase the damage on my blaster. I need more skill points overall. Because my basic gun, the blaster, we upgraded that bounce, but its damage isn't that high. So even though it's bouncing around, we're really not getting a huge payoff off of it. All right, let's go fast. That's great. Magnet. Let's try to heal up. There's some health at the bottom, too. Increases attack speeds by 16%, but regeneration and leech chance is 0. Oh, that's rough. I don't want that. Let's max out the damage. And then for the minigun, let's go ahead and do attack speed. All right, let's get this health down here. All right, there's a boss. Let's knock you out. You're not too bad, I say, as I get penetrated by your spikes. I need to get some distance. Oh my god. All right, you're kind of nuts. Don't mind if I stay here for a little bit. I could be doing more damage if I get closer to him, but the regen right now is great. It is so hard for me to get the value. All right, awesome. Could you upgrade this to legendary? You could, but I'm going to upgrade the field, I think. We're going to upgrade the field. Crit chance to 10%. Damages demons that touch you. Increases range. I wonder what range directly impacts. Is it going to make my attacks further? It does. Oh, it does. I mean, that makes sense. My health is not looking great. There's some healing there. Let's move. It's starting to get crazier, man. Where's this final boss? How many waves are there? Oh, we are mowing these guys down, though. Orbiter. Spins a blazing ember disc in orbit, striking and repelling enemies in contact. All right, I just kind of want to see what all these weapons are. Give me some armor, too. Okay. We got a deadly frisbee. Magnet is huge. Remember, the closer we are to these guys, the more damage we do. Oh, I just took a lot of bullets to the face. A lot of bullets. Every second, you have a 1% chance to gain area size. Last 5 seconds. That's so interesting. I'll get that. So it's just rolling a chance that my area gets bigger, but a very minimal chance. All right, let's try to heal up. Let's increase our rotate speed. Let's increase... I'm not going to go for the radius. My radius is good. Let's do damage. Increase leech by 1%. 100%. Let's do that. Let's heal. Hopefully nothing starts shooting at me, which is fine. I can rest for a little bit. I can rest for a lot of bit. Luckily, if they hit me, they take that retaliation damage too. All right, let's go for rotate speed. I'm going to try and max them both out so I can see what the difference is between their final upgrade, rotate speed and damage. I do like the skill points, though, because it's like you want to get experience as fast as possible. You're hungry to get as many skill points as you can before that wave ends. And that's a cool mechanic. Deal more damage, but you lose health if you stop moving. No way. I'm not going to do that. All right, so second beam at perpendicular angle? No, that's awesome. So I would have like 4 beams shooting out. Okay, we got a mini boss. Let me get some distance from this evil chicken. Oh shit, that sucks. All right, we need to get out of here. You got to be almost dead. Nice. Ballistic charger increases projectile weapon damage. Blood processor is more leech, 2%. Weapon with the lowest DPS does extra damage. You know what? Let's do the leech. Give myself a little bit of a chance to heal up. I don't have enough for that yet. Let's up our damage here. Decreases damage from enemy projectiles. I'm going to do that because I'm actually getting hit by projectiles more than anything else. Let's stand here. Yeah, what did I say? As soon as you stand under a tree, things just shoot at you. All right, I need to move. Shit. Okay, let's try to get some distance. I'm going to go for increases area weapon damage by 4%. I really want more skill points so I can level up this beam. But what I'm going to do is just keep being mobile. I'm going to go from tree to tree and try to heal. If I can cut through. Increase projectile damage by 4% for every weapon. I can't save up when it keeps giving me things that have just really strong flat bonuses. Let's move slow. If I can get through here, I can get my experience that I left behind. I was hoping this would show up again. Increases damage based off of missing health. That's only max at 10% though. Let's get that and let's save. Healing, healing, healing. Keep healing. Get these moose out of here. We're going to grab that, and then we're going to grab the damage here. So now I just need 4 for a second cross. We got another boss. We got a lot happening. Holy crap. You're kind of nuts. You are kind of nuts, man. I need to get away from you. I'm dead. What? Holy crap, dude. That was insane. Damn. Okay. Hababu threat. Hababu threat level 0. We got a lot of stuff. So if I hit continue, what do I leave with? I got my first orb slot. That was nuts, man. Start with more rerolls. Oh, so I can unlock these. I see. Gain max HP when you pick up a health pack. Health packs heal more. Shrine buffs last longer. Shrine buffs are more powerful. Maybe I should save those shrines for later. Faster point of interest. Shrines alters well activation. Slower point of interest. Let's go ahead and do max health when you pick up a health pack. Health packs heal more. We'll roll with that. So these are the items I got, and I can equip these. So if I equip this, I have more ember damage, more armor, max shields, and move speed. Leech power, area size, regeneration, leech chance, and then everything else seems to be pretty basic. So if I wanted, I could recycle these for points, huh? I put it in here, and then we could just recycle it all. Because it's all gray, and I really don't care unless I get a higher rarity. So then we hit recycle. Now if I go to craft, I see. So you can change the rarity, but you need certain components. You can also change the level. It goes all the way up to ultra. Holy crap. All right, so we didn't get to the frog. I was honestly insanely impressed by how far it kept going. Oh, we can do harder threat levels now. Can we? No, we can't. It lied to me. I figured not. That would be so random if I could. Let's go against Dahlia and see how that works. 40% more demon spawn. Additionals drop nothing. Oh, do they have different stats? 80% more demon spawn. Additionals drop nothing. So it does get harder and harder for each boss. I see, and they have an innate bad thing that happens. So then you wouldn't want to go against anyone else besides Hababu first. All right. Interesting. We'll win this time, though. I'm determined. That was kind of crazy. It really did get insane. And you just don't have that many options. So scouting this stuff and just knowing where it is might be a pretty good decision. Let's go ahead and try something new. Let's do the kunai. Unleashes a spread of caustic projectiles. And I guess you can tell what they are by their label. So this B, Soulstone. Slay demons to spawn an elite. So if I kill enough enemies, it's going to spawn a special boss. And I guess that boss is always going to come with either an upgrade or a magnet, right? Something along those lines. Increases attack speed after a critical hit. Increases regeneration by 0.5%. I should have gotten the scope rush last time because I did get some crit chance. Let's go ahead and do the rest, the regeneration. All right, so now we got an elite. You can knock it out. The health regen is very nice. I'm not going to heal under the trees anymore. Let's increase our evasion. So they can just organically drop magnets. That's nice. You guys are going to bust my balls for not getting that scope earlier. I know it. Let's increase our evasion. Gotcha. So we just get like a good upgrade by killing the elite. And then the A shrines are just going to be... Ooh, we got a legendary item. Phantom Conduit. The A's are just going to be buffs. And W is healing. Caustic weapons have a 20% chance to erode an enemy, dealing 12 damage to them over time, so poison. Let's do that. Let's also increase our damage dealt. Let's not worry about getting any upgrades yet. Going on a bunch of passives right now. We're going for that poison build, baby. What is the S? Oh, it's just damage. Okay, well then what is this? Attack speed. Increases range by 20%. That's too good not to get, because I don't know what I'm going to build into. Kunai count and attack speed. Let's do kunai count. And then let's do attack speed. If we're going to go into poison, I'm not going to worry too much about having raw damage. We're just going to stack as much poison as we can. Let's increase our poison chance and our poison damage. Max 10 stacks. Got it. So we really could cap out their poison. Try to get some skill points. Get as much experience. There we go. We got 5. Now that I understand, I'm not going to worry about the armor. Because we're going for evade, so with some evasion chances, I don't think we'll need some damage mitigation. But we know we got a bunch of buffs there. A C is a chest, right? Yeah. So you can kind of plan it around. This is what we did already, so that's going to summon an elite. Increase caustic damage by 8%. And then let's also increase our kunai count to 8. All right, 85 enemies. We can do this. I don't know what P is. This is the learning run. We're learning so much. Dude, this poison is insane. All right, there's the elite. He'll give us a nice upgrade. He's dead. Oh, my God. All right. Let's go ahead and do erosion again. We're going to rush those levels, man. Interesting. So you can only put so many slots into an item. Kunai's pierce through enemies. Okay. Collect altars to spawn elites. Got it. So I have to do some altars and then come back to the P. And there's so many around here. What is this? Offering. Spawn elite. Oh, it's going to hurt me. Skill point. Spawn elite. We're getting so many upgrades just sitting around here. All right, give me the attack speed. Let's go for some leech. He's dead already, instantly. Level up corrosive. More caustic damage. I wonder if there's got to be more poison weapons, too. I'm already feeling 10 times stronger. I didn't mess with anything like this my first run. All right, you're going to die in, what, 2 seconds? Yup. Erosion, 32% chance. 19 damage over time. It's nuts, man. That's nuts. Regeneration under a tree. I mean, that helped me last time, but let's save. We got the first boss. Let's try and give him max stacks of poison. Oh my God. Yeah, you're not looking too good, man. You're going to die without me even going over to you. Level up the kunai. Can we upgrade this past? I can. So now it's ultra rarity. I still need more shrines before I can get that P. I think we needed 5 total. We can knock out both of these at the same time. So that's attack speed. This is health. I don't need either, but go ahead and get Pierce. Deal more damage at the end of the wave. I'll grab that. I'll save. I'm assuming you can change your starting weapon, because I should at some point upgrade this blaster. Otherwise, it's just a waste. 2 chests back to back. Grab both of these. Then let's go back down. Increase max health. Move speed by 4%. That's nice. Let's reroll, though. The dual saber was nice. The dual saber was nice. We'll get it. Let's increase the damage and the rotate speed. I'm not going to worry about the radius. We'll save our skill points. Magnet. All right, let's see what this is. This is just going to spawn an elite, right? Wow, okay. Never mind, I need 2 more. Are the altars specifically the ones that have A? It's not just all of them? Projectile weapon damage by 8%. Resume. That might be the case. Yeah, it's gotta be. Oh, that's one of the bad ones. All right, let's go back down. Let's do this P, and then we'll go back to the O. Ion damage goes up. Oh, I misread this. Deal more damage, but you lose health if you stop moving. That still would have been bad because I was hiding under the trees, but I can get this now. I don't have to worry about stop moving because I don't need to regen under a tree. And keep moving, yeah. There's the elite. They're dead. Corrosion. Let's hopefully spawn another elite so I can max that second corrosion to ultra. Attack speed, move speed. All right, let's go ahead and just shoot up our attack speed on this guy. We're going to do attack speed and damage. Projectiles shatter into multiple projectiles on hit. It's not bad at all. We have another elite. Can kill him real fast. A freebie. Corrosive array. All right, now we're double ultra on the poison. I'll go ahead and spawn an elite. I should heal up in no time. Now I have to decide when I want to boost. I mean, flat damage isn't bad. But I think I'm going to go for attack speed and move speed. All right, we don't have enough for that yet. Let's wait. All right, that's some insane attack speed. Oh my god. The W's just healing. I'll grab it anyway. Come to daddy. Spider Dad. Weapon with the lowest DPS. We saw this runt. I'm not going to worry about that. Let's go ahead and increase my damage and my rotate speed. I think the biggest thing that probably makes people hesitant about this game is the art style and the fact that you're playing as like a mech. I don't know, man. One of my biggest aversions in games, I was never a big mech fan. Even when it came to like animes, video games, and stuff like that, mechs were not my biggest pull. You know, Mecha Break. I say all that when Gurren Lagann is one of my favorite anime, but I feel like Gurren Lagann's a little different. Increase area damage for every projectile weapon. Let's just increase my damage. If we can boost ion damage with an upgrade, that would be very nice. Now I'm feeling like we should go left. But yeah, no, mechs were just never my thing. Evangelion, Darling in the Franxx, Gundam. Attack speed by 8%. Just flat? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. The faster we shoot, the faster we stack poison. We got a lot of shrines up here. This might have been my big sin. Just not exploring. Damn, I take damage fast when I stop moving. It's rough. I don't care about ember damage. Let's increase the damage on ion. I still need to get this last upgrade for the blaster. All right, we got a boss. Ye old poison blob. All right, stay inside. Keep moving. You're going to be dead in a second here. Nice. Level up the kunai. Attack speed and movement speed. I was thinking about evasion, but I decided not to. At least not yet. Dude, collect so many altars? That's insane. All right, well, there's a P here. And come back to it after I get 11 more altars. I think it was 7 out of 18. All right, I can get shatter now, so we got that. Let's go ahead and increase the damage on the blaster too. So now my shots break. Oh, I like this. Spawn me an elite. I don't even know where he is. There he is. It's crazy how much stronger I am right now than I was last time. I guess I learned the game a little bit. Experience gain, 100%. Pickup range by 50%, yes. All those are great. Let's go attack speed and movement. I want us to be able to zoom around without having to rely on space. All right, we got some more shrines here. Leave ion flames on the ground. That's tempting. We'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that one. Let's get this healing. All right, now we got projectiles. I'm not too worried, man. We'll get the magnets, I'm sure, so. How many W's, dude? There we go. We'll go for crit. I mean, it's never a bad idea to go into crit, no matter what you're doing, what game you're playing, what build. I mean, even a little bit of crit chance is going to increase your DPS by quite a bit. Crit's one of my favorite things you can do, especially if you go like raw attack speed and crit. I'm going to save. I don't really feel like I need any more weapons right now. I feel like my damage has been doing fine. If I get more weapons, it's going to split up what I'm trying to upgrade. All right, attack speed's max. My movement speed is max with that one item. What I should probably start buffing is my health regen. There's an altar. All right. Flames on the ground. Oh, shit, that's sick. All right, let's get these 2 altars. I didn't even remember where that other shrine was that needed me to collect all these altars to begin with. It's like in the top left quadrant. Releases a swarm of caustic projectiles that spread out and damage areas, or damage enemies. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. So now I have even more poison? Oh, hell yeah. That is exactly what I needed. I'm gonna have to really ponder what I want to upgrade off of that to have the best synergy. But these enemies cannot even get close to me. Attack speed, pierce count, and damage. I feel like I want to go pierce count. And maybe not attack speed. Maybe damage. Because I already have a lot of innate attack speed with my buffs. All right, we got our elite. There he is. He's gonna die here in 2 seconds. All right, I'm gonna start leveling up my regeneration. Yeah, I don't worry about attack speed. I think I'm fine. Let's do damage and pierce count. Because we're already going to be maxing out poison stacks. All right. Nice. That one was not nearly as strict. Never-ending battery. I'm sure we can boost this to 1 health a second at bare minimum. Level up our speed. Ember damage. Projectiles have an 8% higher chance to deal critical damage, but they do no knockback. That's fine. Knockback's not doing anything for me right now. But if we're critting, we're in business. All right, you're dead. Let's level up the kunai. Never-ending battery, yeah, it goes to 1%. And a wonderful time for a magnet. Did I just pick up another one? Oh my god. All right, I've got 9 skill points. I can go ahead and probably max this out if I wanted to. I just want to see what it can do. Swarm seeks closest enemies. That's not as exciting. Let's see what the Pierce count's going to give me. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see. I think it may close off. We'll see, though. All right, we need to keep exploring. If we start going east, let me see. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. Scope rush. So I finally got this. Now that I'm critting a lot, it's just going to keep increasing my attack speed. Javelin. Launches swift, precise void javelins that pierce through enemies at long range. So it's like a sniper rifle. That is cool. But I don't have anything it really synergizes with. Let's keep saving for the next upgrade on my caustic weapon. I was really thinking about it. But like a long-range weapon right now isn't going to do much. That's just healing. Okay. So I'm going to go back up north to where that last P was. All right. Seeker. I feel like that's really lackluster because they were already seeking stuff anyway, and their attack rate was so high, it didn't really matter what they targeted. But that's okay. We didn't know any better. Increase move speed by 4%. Area damage by 2% for every projectile weapon. Let's go move speed. Let's get faster. I did not mean to click reroll. That sucks. Mortar. Rains down void charged explosives on random enemies across the battlefield. That's cool. So we're seeing some void weapons we've never seen before. I do not remember where the P is, man. I have no clue, not even the slightest. I feel like it's somewhere on the left. All right, we'll get the javelin. We'll see what the javelin does. It's not very flashy. I see it. It's just a very strong projectile. I need 2 more altars still? Damn, okay. Good time for a magnet. Increase projectile damage by 10% of armor. Increase ember damage. Yeah, I'm gonna save my points. I got rid of my reroll. It doesn't really matter though. The rerolls aren't huge when you can just save your money, you know? Also, this is the wave I died at last time, and I am so casually steam running this. Steam running, steam rolling, whatever. Power makes you make up words. Increase area damage by 10% of evasion. Well, I don't have any area damage. Keep saving my money. I think I've got a much better build this time, though. I specialized in less weapons, but stronger, more structured upgrades. Increase void damage. I mean, I'll grab that. That's fine. There's not much else that's really calling my name. Magnet. We got another shrine up here. I gotta be careful not to stop moving. We'll do a mortar. Why not? That sounds cool. Give me the grenades. Oh, I can't. I have too many weapons. Got it. All right, so you can only do so much. All right, Helsen. It's a doggy. Or a monkey. Same thing. Oh, this is what killed me. I remember you. You're about to die, though. I could level up the swarm, but I'm going to level up the kunai. Increase attack speed from 8 to 12%. That would be nice. Yeah, let's do that. Give me all that. I got a magnet, but it really did nothing. Damn, how many waves are there? There's got to be 50. I'm going to assume there's 50. I'm starting to take a little bit more damage now. More so, I just feel like I haven't fully healed after that boss fight. Void weapons have a 3% chance to create a void rift, damaging enemies for 7. Wow, 70. That's cool. All right, sure, we'll do that. Increase the damage on this bad boy. Give me as much single target damage as possible. Shoot additional javelins to the opposite direction. I just want you to be able to blast stuff like bosses and kill them as fast as possible. That sounds good to me. All right, let's go down here. That's one of those void projectiles. All right, we got enough. Area weapon damage. I'm good. I'm going to save. I can grab these and try go back to that P. And then I feel like that would be the last elite we could reasonably spawn. Oh, be careful, man. These guys are kind of nutty. Yeah, the damage at the bottom right, you can see how good my kunai is. All right, give me this mirror. And we'll do pierce power. Let's do attack speed. Chest. Nice gray item. Shrine, more damage. There's a lot of stuff left here I didn't get. It really was my own fault for not moving very far past that one area. I found like a little nook my first time through and I just never left. Okay. Now we got some bigger baddies, but they still die in 2 seconds. All right, so the P has got to be over here. I'm correct. There's a W, and I think the P is up here to the top left. I'm very good with directions. Reduce damage from enemy projectiles by 2%. All right, I'm going to upgrade turbo gears, more attack speed. I'm surprised attack speed, I don't think it makes me spin faster. It could, and I just don't notice it. I feel like the P's over here. I feel like it's here. Let's max out attack speed. Yes! I am so smart. I am so smooth. All right, we got our elite. There he is. He's gonna be dead in a second, and we can max out my attack speed to 20%. Increase health, armor, ember damage. I'll do health. I'll do armor. I'll do ember damage. At this point, I'm unstoppable. We're almost at wave 50. What are you going to do? I'd stop moving if it wouldn't kill me. Increase attack speed by 16%, but regeneration and leech chance is 0. Wait, so this would get rid of my healing, right? But I would attack so fast. Whatever, let's do it. I'm almost done anyway. I'm shooting so quickly. I am so strong. All right, where's the boss? Projectile damage by 10% of armor. Since we did get armor, I'll grab that. I'll just buy everything, dude. Let me just buy everything. I don't know how much the skill point experience scaling changes, but I'm still getting so much experience. I mean, I guess I can level up the mortar. Damage, why not? Oh, here he is. The big boy himself. Hababu. I'm still regenerating health. Oh, he did some serious damage, but he's halfway dead. Let's just stay smart. Okay, he got balls. It's the only balls we'll ever see before you die. Just keep moving. Nice. We slayed Hababu. And we got a good amount of stuff. We got ourselves 2 bars of soap and a frog coin from Super Mario RPG. Let's go. All right, let's see what we can do with that. So if I go here, okay, I got 9 skill points. I can't unlock anyone else yet. Yeah, you got to kill Hababu at threat level 3 to get this guy. Sprint cooldown, crit power goes up, crit power, sprint cooldown. Wow, so this guy really goes into crit. Increases evasion by 40% when you're sprinting. Gain overcharge as you move, based on the distance covered. When you have enough overcharge, sprinting increases your damage dealt. Gain an extra sprint charge. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. Nice. If I go here, we got even more gear. Craft a set item or recycle for set essences at your base. Okay. Knockback power, projectile speed, area size, ion damage, leech power, area damage, leech chance. All right, we got a lot of good shit. Holy crap. Evasion, armor, void damage. And then I can break down this other stuff and just kit myself all the way up. We got plenty of this fire, so I can get more orb slots. Increased magnet drop chance from enemies, heals you more. Elite demons will drop items. We'll drop an item with high rarity. There's this station, too. I see. So these are the weapons. And so I wonder if you can change your starting weapon. You can upgrade these guys, too, it seems. If you survive a certain amount of waves. Survive with a fully upgraded weapon to unlock it as a starting weapon. Got it. And then these are the items we could get on our runs. Cool. And this game is in early access as well, so it has a lot of stuff coming to it. But guys, that is Demon Hunt. I had a lot of fun with this one. It took me probably one whole run before I really grasped what was going on with the game, but once it clicked, we definitely steamrolled through that second attempt. Had a lot of fun. Really, really good, solid game. There's a lot of focus on movement, and I like that. I feel like at no point did I ever feel like I was 100% in control of the situation. I still had to move around with intent. So if you guys enjoyed the game, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Give me a comment down below if you guys want more Demon Hunt. And if you are not subscribed and you've been with me for an hour and 4 minutes, strongly consider hitting that button because we are getting closer and closer and closer to 50K. Be part of that movement. I appreciate you guys immensely, and that is the #1 way to support the channel. Otherwise, that's all I got for you guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see y'all next time.